Hi, I'm Michelle Villegas, your FTC Management Training Coordinator. Today we're going to review the transfer request process. The transfer request form is available on the FTC homepage under Residents and Miscellaneous. There is additional information as well in your operations manual, and if you need additional assistance beyond that, you can contact your regional property manager as well. The transfer request form is a two-page document, the first page being written directly to your resident to notify them of what the process looks like, how we evaluate the preliminary approval process, what is required after that point from them as far as requalifying on their income and credit. It also lets them know what the time frame is they can expect a response. The preliminary approval needs to be given within 2 days. It also lets them know then once they are fully approved that they do have a $150 transfer fee that will be paid or will need to be paid at that point, as well as giving them information on when they can expect the refund of their current deposit. The second page is the transfer request that they'll actually fill out, the top half for the resident to fill out and the bottom half for office use. We will go through that just a little bit more detail. Once they have reviewed that first page with all the information and they agree to the terms, they're going to fill out the top section of that second page, putting their reason to transfer on here as well as all their current unit information and the proposed unit information. You can pull this information from SiteLink if they need assistance in remembering exact dates. And then as well here, make sure that they have the current the current market rent value for the apartment size that they're looking to transfer to. Once they have signed and complete that section, you're going to want to immediately do an inspection of their home that same day. You're going to use the pre-move out inspection form. This may be your only opportunity to do a pre-move out inspection for them. So it's very important that you get in there and you get a really good inspection of their condition of the apartment. Make sure that if there's any excessive wear and tear, you want to note that down on there as well. So that way that you can take that into consideration with the approval process. At this point, no money has been exchanged, no promise has been made, no apartment is on hold yet. We are still in the preliminary evaluation process. Now, once you have completed that inspection, we have 2 days to get a response back to them. They filled out the form, we've done the inspection, they are expecting a response from us in 2 business days. So it's important that right away you go ahead and you send this information to your regional property manager. So the actual request form, has all of the steps right on here for you. You're going to print their lease profile from SiteLink as well as their rental history and attach that as well as the pre-move out inspection that you just completed. You're going to want to note down any of that excessive damage, or hopefully there isn't any, but anything from heavy pet urine on the carpet to any damage done to the structure of the apartment. You're going to want to make sure that you note that on the first page so your regional manager can view that right away in a quick snapshot. If you're going to see them in person, excellent. If not, scan it, email it, because we only have 2 days to get back to the resident for that contingent approval. Once the contingent approval has been acquired, then you're going to go ahead and collect their applications, all the new holding documents for the apartment, collect their new income information or updated income information, especially if the value of the apartment is more than what they're currently paying. And then that's when they're going to go ahead and do the $200 deposit to hold the apartment as well. Now, we do waive application fees for transfers. However, if they are adding an additional occupant to their household, they will need to pay the $40 for the additional occupant. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and process their application as you would any other resident, approve them based on the standard FTC approval policy, submit to your regional manager for approval. So if everything comes back good, they qualify on FTC policy, then you're going to go ahead and allow your regional manager to sign on the final signature on the transfer request. Your regional manager approves, you're going to contact the resident, and at this point, you're going to collect the transfer fee. So the transfer fee is not going to come into play until after the application has been processed, they have been approved, and it has been signed by your regional property manager. Your transfer fee is going to be applied to their new apartment, not to their current apartment, but to the new apartment that they will be moving into. This way, it's a mile marker, and it's going to show that they did reside in another apartment previously, and they do have further history with us. So make sure at that point too that you want to do a notice to vacate with the residents as well. We do waive ETO fees and the requirement for a 30-day notice for an on-site transfer. So they will only be charged through the date that they remained in possession of the apartment. So as soon as they turn in keys, they will no longer be billed for that apartment. You will need to contact computer support to change that stop billing date for you after they've moved out. Now, there are two things at the end of this transfer process you do need the assistance of computer support for. One is to change the stop billing date, and the second one is to adjust their move-in date. So what computer support will do is put their original move-in date here. So that way the resident will get the benefit of their long-term tenancy with us. So when they get their lease renewal next year, that will be taken into account in a discount, in the form of a discount when they renew their lease. So otherwise, you've got them all set. Move them in. Great job. Just make sure that you did have them transfer their renter's insurance over to their new apartment number, and of course any utilities if need be. Great job. All right, if you have any further questions, you can contact your regional manager and refer to the operations manual.